students, myself Om Prakash Katre, and you are welcome to the Biology Reward. Today we are discussing the class 11th Biology, chapter number 5th, Morphology of Flowering Plant. And in the Morphology of Flowering Plant, we are discussing some terminology which are related to flower. If we want to study the flower and its description of the flower, this is very important to know the terminologies which are given in our NCERT book in class 11. So, terminology related to flower we are discussing. Students, if you are knowing the leaf, we have learned the leaf. And in leaf, this one flatted structure of the leaf is called the lamina, which help for photosynthesis. And there is a stalk of the leaf, and this stalk of leaf is called the petiole. So stalk of leaf is called the petiole. Then here is a one small hair-like or small reduced leaf-like structure in the leaf. It is called the stipule. So this is the structure of the leaf. Now we have to study in flower. In flower, this is the flower. Flower is a male reproductive part of the plant. And the flower is modified shoot. It is developed from the shoot. So flower is a shoot or modified shoot. And this flower is the male reproductive organ of the plant. So in this flower, in typical flower and general flower, this flower is having the stalk. So the stalk of the flower, it is known as pedicel. What it is called? What is the pedicel? It is the stalk of the flower. But in case of leaf, we have said petiole. So if it is the flower, it is called the stalk of the flower is called the pedicel. Then similarly, there is a hair leaf-like structure, very small hairy leaf-like structure, where in the flower, in leaf I told stipule. But here, if it is flower, that leaf-like structure is called the bract. It is very important one. And this flower is attached with the main branch. Okay, so in main branch, this is called the mother axis. So one by one we are going, children. Flower is a modified shoot and it is the main reproductive organ of the plant. Now, parts of the flower. In lower classes we have learned part of the flower. So flower is having the 4 important parts. Each flower, one calyx, which is denoted by K. Corolla, which is denoted by C, androecium denoted by the A, and gynoecium, it is denoted by the G. So these are the 4 parts of the flower: calyx, corolla, androecium, and gynoecium. Here, androecium is a male part of flower, and gynoecium is a female part of flower. So initially we know that each part, calyx, collectively green parts are called the calyx, and this calyx, individual part of calyx is called sepal. Corolla, collectively it is called, but these are generally colorful in the flower, and this corolla individual part is called the petal. Androecium is a male part of the flower, and individual part of androecium is called the stamen. Similarly, gynoecium is called the female part of the flower, and individual part of the gynoecium, it is called carpel, or it is also called the pistil. So thus, calyx, corolla, androecium and gynoecium, K, C, A and G, these are the 4 parts in the flower. If you want to see the 4 parts of the flower, then simple parts come. In any of the flower, this is the female part, so it is stigma, style and ovary. this is the female. In male parts is having this like a structure. So these are the male part, and this male part it is called the anther part. So this male part is having the anther and filament. Anther and filament. Then colorful part of the flower, these like parts are there, and this part of the, they are called the petal. Collectively they are called the corolla. And small green color leaf-like structure, this is commonly called the calyx, and one part is called the sepal. So in class 10th we learn, children, the part of the flower. What are the part of the flower? The parts of the flower are sepal, petal, it is carpel or pistil, and another is stamen. Now in this one, flower part, general introduction, calyx, corolla, androecium, gynoecium. Thalamus, it is this swelled up structure. So swelled up structure is called the thalamus, or it is also called receptacle. So this flower is having the swollen structure, and this swollen structure is called the receptacle. So what is receptacles or thalamus? The swollen portion of the flower. Second is pedicellate flower. So when pedicellate flower is what? If their pedicel is present. Some flowers what happen? Directly the flowers come from the branch. So this type of flower where it is the pedicel. So this flower is called pedicellate flower. The flower having pedicel. Okay, this stalk-like structure is there. Sessile flower, if this flower do not have the pedicel. So this flower is called the sessile flower. Sessile flower without pedicel. Then solitary flower. Generally what happens, suppose the single flower comes, this type of single flower comes, and if flower comes single, it is called solitary flower. Another is then bracteolate. Flower is called bracteolate. Bracteolate, if there is a bract present. So in flower is there and the bract is also present, so it is called the bracteolate flower. If the bract is not present, many flowers will happen, the bract or leaf-like structure is absent, so it is called bracteate flower. Another bisexual flower, it means in flower, male part and female part, both are present. Such type of flowers are called bisexual flower. So this flower is having both male part and female part. Unisexual flower, such type of flower where either male part is present or female part is present. So these flowers are called the unisexual flower. Another is actinomorphic flower. What happened when any one flower, suppose any one flower is cut into the any axis and it is divided into the equally. So if I am having the one flower, 4 rows are here. So in this flower, if any of the flower is cut into the any plant, if flower I will cut from the any plant and if it is divided equally, so equal parts of the flower, equal half of the flower are made by cutting from the any axis. So this is called the actinomorphic flower. It means 2 equal half are made by any axis. Then zygomorphic flower, such type of flower where we can make the equal division of flower only by one single axis. So if we will cut from the one axis, the flower is divided in 2 equal half. So it is called zygomorphic flower. Here actinomorphic flower can cut into the equal part by any axis. But here only through one axis only flower will be divided. Then if the part of the flower are 3 or multiples of 3 in number, suppose sepal are 3, 6 or 9. So if parts of the flower are 3 or multiple of 3, it is called trimerous flower. If they are 4 or multiple of 4, tetramerous. If they are 5 and multiple are 5, so they are called the pentamerous flower. Suppose in one flower petal are 5, 10, 15, 20. So these 5 are multiple of 5. So such type of flower is the pentamerous flower. Another is perianth. Sometimes what happens, here I am distributing the sepal and petal. Because sepal are green in color and petal are colorful parts. So easily we can distinguish sepal and petal. But such flower are there where there is no differentiation of sepal and petal. So in such cases, this one portion is called, this part is called the tepal. So lily like a plant, there is no such type of division. Sepal and petal are not there. If sepal and petals are not there, so this type of flower is called the perianth flower, and individual part of the flower is called the tepal. So tepal or perianth, it means there are no distribution of the sepal and petal. Another position of the flower, either terminal flower or axil flower. Suppose this is the one main branch, and in this main branch the flowers arises. So if flowers come from the main apex region, it is called terminal position of the flower. But if it is the branch and flower come from this side, so when flower, the axis is continue to grow and flower from the lateral side, so this position is called the axil position. So these are the some specific terms regarding the flower. Now this flower, another terms we have. This is hypogynous flower. Try to understand. Hypogynous flower. What happened? This is the swollen part of the flower, as I told you, thalamus. Thalamus. If the other part of the plant, this is the, ovary, and this is stigma. So hypogynous flower, so this is the thalamus, this part is the thalamus part, and this is the ovary. So if the thalamus, ovary is on the thalamus and other part, suppose this is the male part, or this is the petal part, or these are the sepal part. So if the part of the flower are arising below the ovary on the thalamus, so this type of flower is called the hypogynous flower. It means all the part of the flower arises below the ovary, and this type of flower is called hypogynous. It means the ovary is on the thalamus. So if the ovary is on the thalamus, this is called hypogynous flower. In this flower, other part are arises from below the ovary. Second, perigynous flower. In such cases, the thalamus is from the cup-like structure, half cup-like structure, and this is the thalamus, and ovary is half inside this thalamus. So if ovary is half inside the thalamus and other parts are arises from the rim of this portion, rim of the thalamus. So if the ovary is inside the thalamus, but it is inside the thalamus half, it is half inside the thalamus, and other parts are, this is the part of thalamus, and from this region now other part of the flowers are arises. So this type of flower position is called perigynous. Third position is sometimes this thalamus is from the full cup-like structure and ovary is fully inside the thalamus. So if ovary is fully inside the thalamus and other parts arises above the ovary. So three conditions. Here on thalamus, ovary is situated and other part arises from below the ovary. It is called hypogynous. Here thalamus is cup-like structure, and half ovary is inside the thalamus, that is perigynous, and here complete ovary is inside the thalamus. It is called epigynous flower. In such cases, ovary is on the thalamus. So this ovary is called ovary superior. The term is used ovary superior. It means ovary is on the thalamus. Ovary inferior. If ovary is inside the thalamus, ovary is inside, either it is the half inside or it is full inside. So if ovary is inside the thalamus, it is called ovary is inferior. Other part, as I told you, 4 parts of the flower and green color of part are called sepal. So in flower, you will see such type of green color of structures in the flower. This is the ovary and these are the petal, these are sepal and the thalamus. So this sepal part I am talking. If sepals of the flower, they are fused with each other, they are united. So they are joined with each other. So it is called gamosepalous. Gamosepalous, sepals are joined or sepals are fused. Polysepalous, sepals are free. It means to look at here, sepal, 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 sepal and sepal. So if they are connected with each other, so if sepals are connected with each other, this condition, this condition is called gamosepalous. Sepals are fused. Polysepalous, sepals are free from each other. Similarly, if petals are fused, that is called gamopetalous. Petals are fused. And polypetalous, it means petals are not fused with each other. So, gamosepalous and poly. Now, what is the arrangement of the sepal and petal? How the sepal and petals are arranged in the flower? It is called estivation. Arrangement of sepal and petal is called the estivation. Another, as I told you, stamen. This is the male part of the flower, and this male part of the flower, if it is sterile, it means not fertile. It cannot produce the male gamete. So in such cases, if stamen do not produce the gamete, it means it is the sterile, and that is called stamenote. That word is used, stamenote, it means stamens are sterile. Then these stamens, they attach with the petal. If petal, stamen attach with the petal, so it is called epipetalous condition. Epipetalous, stamen attach with petal. Epiphyllous, as I told you, in the petal and sepal not distinguished, not separated. So this part is called the tepal. So in such cases, if the stamens is attached with the tepal, so if the stamen is attached with the tepal, it is called epiphyllous. Epipetalous, stamen attached with the petal. Epiphyllous, stamens attached with the tepal. Then monoadelphous. These stamens, if there are many stamens, so these stamens are forming a bundle. So if it is one stamen part and this stamen, there are many stamens and they are in the single bundle. So if stamens are having in the single bundle, it is called monoadelphous. This is monoadelphous condition because stamens are in one bundle. If these are the stamens and these are the also stamens, so what we are observing, these stamens are in two bundles. One bundle of stamen, other bundle of stamen. It is called diadelphous. If many bundles are there, one bundle, two bundle, three bundle, and these many bundles of stamens are there. So this type of condition is called the polyadelphous condition. Second, the diathecous word is used. Diathecous is what? If it is the anther part of the stamen. So there are 1 and 2 chambers. Okay. So if this structure is called diathecous. Anther is diathecal. Now next one terms are also here in the flower, and these terms are placenta. Students, if you see, this is the ovary. This part is the stigma, style, and ovary. These are the 3 parts of the pistil or female flower, and this is the thalamus part. In this case, placenta, what happens? Their ovules are occurs. Ovules are occur. And these ovules are connected with the thread-like of structure. So this structure is called the placenta. Cushion-like structure or thread-like structure to connect the ovules, because this structure are called the ovule. Then this is called the placenta, thread-like structure. Another is placentation. Placentation is arrangements of ovules in the body. So how these ovules are arranged in the body? So these ovules are 4, but they are arranged together. So arrangement of the ovule is called the placentation. So placentation is a process, placentation, arrangement of ovules in the ovary. Ovules are present in the ovary. If the ovules are free from each other, they are not joined together. So if ovules are free from each other, this is called apocarpous condition. Apocarpous. And if they are connected, the ovules are connected, it is called the syncarpal. So placenta is thread-like structure. Arrangement of ovules in the ovary is placentation. If ovules are free, it is called apocarpous. If they are fused, that is called the syncarpal. If there is single carpel, that is monocarpellary. If 2 carpels are there, it's bicarpellary. And only single ovule is there. If single ovules is there, if single ovule is there, so this type of ovary where the single ovule is present, this is called the uniovulate ovary. If many ovules are present, multi-ovulate ovary. This ovary, this is the one ovule, and these ovules occur inside the one sac. So if ovules occur inside the sac, this structure is called the locule. So one ovule is there and one locule is there. To see another diagram, here are 2 ovules, and these ovules are having in different locule. Locule number 1, locule number 2. So it is called biloculate ovary. So these are the specific terms which are very important to understand the terminology of the flower.